Welcome to Hula Hut Breakdown, one of our students' most favourite games of all time. We hope you enjoy. In this game you will need lots of dodgeballs or throwing projectiles, some basketball hoops if you've got them, a ball cart, a scooter, lots of hoops and a couple of tall cones. To build a complete hula hut you will need 6 hoops. To build your hula hut you need to place 1 hoop on the floor first. Then you put 2 hoops inside of that and then they lean onto each other. Then you get, as you can see, the yellow ones here go in at the sides, the opposite sides, and pull them in. Don't pull them in too tight, otherwise the bottoms will lift up. And then you place 1 on top to finish your hula hut. This is your completed hula hut. Start by dividing your playing area into 2 sections. You have 1 team on one side and 1 team on the other. You then need to place a tall cone with some hoops on one side. You can have it on both sides of your playing area if you wish. You then, if you've got some basketball hoops, they work great. If you've got some on the sides as well. You basically need 3 kind of targets to aim at to start your game. Then you also need, as part of your 3 targets, having some, we use ball carts, but you can use some trash cans or you can use some boxes. You can really get creative with a target to score in. Once you've got your targets on both sides, you can then have some scooters. These are optional, but they work really great if you've got them. And then obviously you need your projectiles. So we use dodgeballs, small dodgeballs here, but you can again get creative and there's lots of different things that you could potentially use. The game starts with everyone being a scorer. Now, to be a scorer, you need to get one of the balls and you need to try and throw them into one of the targets. If you manage to successfully throw it into one of the ball carts, you can collect 2 hoops. If you throw it in the side basket, you can collect 4 hoops. And if you score in the far basketball hoop, you can collect 6 hoops. Obviously, once you've collected 6 hoops, then you're allowed to build your hula huts. The team with the most hula huts at the end of the game are the winners and have the most points. There are different roles in this game that everyone can play. The scorers, as I just explained, are something that everyone can do, and that's how the game starts. Anyone can be a scorer throughout the game, and it's important that everyone kind of joins in. There is one important thing though, you're not allowed to defend or guard any of the ball carts or the basketball hoops, so you can't stop them. If that happens, you can create the forfeit for the team. Sometimes it's a sin bin, or they must then put a few hula hoops back if they've got them, something like that, or it can just be that they then get a completed 6 hula hoops if someone blocks. So everyone's a scorer, but you're not allowed to block. Another role that players can have are builders. Now, builder's job is once the hoops have been collected and you've got 6 hoops in your area where you're allowed to build the hula huts. Okay, so the builder's job is to collect the hoops, put them in the pile. Once they have enough hoops, they can then start building their hula huts. Okay, so their job is to go and collect and then put them in the pile. When there's 6 there, they can then build their hula hut. The next roles that we have are the protectors and the destroyers. So once a hula hut is built, the protector's job is to try and guard that hula hut. Now, it's up to you and the age of your students how you want to play, whether they're allowed to get destroyed, if you're allowed to destroy the hula huts whilst they're being built, or you can kind of say there's no timeouts in war and whilst they're being built they're still allowed to be broken. Now, their job is to guard and defend the hula huts at all costs, using any parts of their body to try and defend it. And then the destroyer's job is obviously to try and collect the balls and throw them to destroy the hula huts. And the final role that you could have in your team is to be a gatherer. Now, the gatherer's role is to use the scooters to collect. Obviously they can collect any balls that are on their own side, but if they want to go onto the other team's side to collect some of the balls, they need to go onto the scooter, collect the ball and bring it back to their own side. A quick note for this, you just need to make sure that if they bring the scooter back onto their side, that they put them back in the designated zone at the side so that the scooters aren't just kind of scattered around inside the playing area. Here's a quick summary of all of the roles that they can have. We like to have the roles interchangeable, so throughout the game they can choose different roles and they can adapt to where's needed. This is great for developing their cooperative skills and their leadership skills. Something I would mention is that it's a good idea to have some zones where they're allowed and not allowed to build their hula huts. but there's lots of ways that you can adapt this game, and it's such a fun one. Our students absolutely love it. As you can see, there's so many different ways that you can make this game even more fun and adapt it to the ability, the age, the size of your group and your playing area. We absolutely love this one. One of our favourite adaptations is allowing double-decker hula huts and having rewards where you can get a barrier to bring into the game if you build a double-decker. And obviously we also like to use other projectiles in the game. We've got dodge bees work really well with these. Foot pucks are another great thing to try and use if you've got them. So get creative and let us know how you're getting on.